You know that feeling, right? You're talking to a woman, and there's a certain look in her eye, a particular way she holds herself, or a fleeting touch that makes you wonder, is she dropping subtle hints? Or am I just seeing things? It's a common dilemma. There are moments when a woman's signals are crystal clear, like neon signs flashing interested. But surprisingly, most men miss them because they're not tuned into the right wavelength. Today, we're diving deep into 6 undeniable signs that a woman wants to sleep with you. And here's the twist. We're going to explore these powerful signals through the practical, insightful lens of Stoicism. These signs are subtle, yes, but when you know what to watch for, they become unmistakably clear. Recognizing them might just completely change your perspective on attraction, relationships, and even your own confidence forever. So, stay tuned, because this isn't just about reading signals. It's about mastering your own reactions. Welcome back to Think Positive, the channel dedicated to empowering you with wisdom, insight, and practical strategies for navigating life's most intriguing challenges. Today, we're applying the timeless principles of Stoicism to one of the most fundamental aspects of human connection, recognizing undeniable physical attraction. I'm your host, your name, and we're going to explore how to detect those powerful, often unspoken signals that a woman wants to be intimate with you. Let's start with the most primal form of connection. Sign 1. Her eye contact lingers, a silent invitation. Eye contact is, without a doubt, one of the most powerful non-verbal signals in human interaction. It's the gateway to connection. When a woman holds your gaze for longer than is typical or comfortable in a casual conversation, it's more than just polite interest. It's a palpable sign of deeper, often physical attraction. From a Stoic perspective, we are taught to be incredibly observant and aware of the subtle cues in the world around us. And this is a prime example. Imagine you're in a conversation and instead of her looking away after a few seconds, she locks eyes with you. The moment stretches, a silent invitation hangs in the air, longer than you'd normally expect. This lingering gaze isn't random, it's intentional. It signals a desire for a connection that goes beyond words, almost as if she's inviting you into her deepest space, silently asking you to acknowledge the mutual attraction she feels. She might even accompany it with a soft, warm smile or a slight tilt of her head, creating an intimate atmosphere where words become secondary. For a Stoic individual, this type of eye contact demands calm awareness. Instead of becoming flustered, looking away quickly, or overthinking what it means, your practice is to remain grounded. Maintain that same level of controlled confidence. Don't break the gaze impulsively, but rather, let it linger naturally, reflecting the same level of interest she's subtly showing. Stoicism teaches us the immense value of being present in the moment and truly reading the unspoken cues that others offer. In this delicate dance of attraction, her lingering gaze is her way of testing your awareness, your composure, and your ability to reciprocate her energy without needing her to spell it out. So, when you catch her locking eyes with you in this way, remember it's an invitation. Stay composed, meet her gaze with quiet confidence, and let your presence do the rest. Sign 2. Her touch feels intentional, breaking the barrier of formality, the power of touch. It's one of the most fundamental and impactful nonverbal ways humans communicate attraction and comfort. When a woman touches you in a way that feels intentional, it's almost never just an innocent gesture. It's a clear signal that she feels a strong level of comfort with you and is subtly testing the boundaries of physical connection. The key here isn't just the touch itself, but the intention and the duration behind it. Stoicism teaches us to be acutely aware of the present moment, to notice details that others might overlook in their haste or distraction. If you feel a woman's touch linger for just a second longer than you'd expect, or if she repeatedly initiates contact in subtle, fleeting ways, this is her way of testing your boundaries and observing how you respond. Think about when she casually places her hand on your arm during a conversation, letting it rest there for a moment before moving on, or a light brush of her fingers against your shoulder as she walks by. Perhaps she lightly touches your knee as she emphasizes a point, holding it for just a beat too long. These gestures are rarely random. They are her way of signaling a desire for closer proximity, sending a silent message that she's comfortable getting closer to you physically and wants to see if you reciprocate that comfort. A Stoic approach encourages emotional control, yes, but it also sharpens our perception. It teaches us not to react impulsively with overt excitement or awkwardness, but rather to understand the deeper meaning behind the actions of others. A Stoic individual doesn't get swept up in immediate elation when touched. Instead, he recognizes the gesture for what it is, a sign that she is attracted to him and is subtly inviting him to take the connection further. These touches may seem small, but their frequency and the context in which they happen are crucial. If she's repeatedly finding seemingly innocent reasons to touch you, it's more than a friendly gesture. It's often an open door, a gentle push toward intimacy. Staying calm and aware allows you to confidently navigate the situation, responding in a way that acknowledges her signal without appearing desperate or overbearing. Sign 3. She initiates private conversations, seeking exclusive connection. In a world filled with noise and distractions, when a woman intentionally seeks opportunities to talk to you in private, it's a highly significant sign of her deeper interest. This isn't just about avoiding distractions or needing to share sensitive information. It's her deliberate way of signaling that she desires a more intimate connection, both emotionally and, crucially, potentially physically. In any social setting, when she makes an effort to pull you aside, to suggest stepping away for fresh air, or to create moments where it's just the two of you, she's actively looking to build a more exclusive and personal bond. Consider the times she might suggest grabbing a coffee alone, even if a group outing was previously planned. Or perhaps she initiates a text conversation late at night when others aren't around, engaging in a chat that goes beyond casual pleasantries. These aren't random acts. They are intentional moves to get your undivided attention and to establish a more intimate channel of communication. Stoicism teaches us the immense value of self-awareness and clarity in our interactions. A Stoic man understands that when a woman actively seeks privacy with him, she is, in a subtle way, revealing her vulnerability and her strong interest in getting closer to him, away from the prying eyes and ears of others. By initiating these private moments, she's testing the waters. She wants to know if you're willing to reciprocate her interest and engage with her on a deeper, more personal level. While she may not explicitly say that she desires intimacy, the context of seeking alone time is a powerful indicator. It's an open invitation to explore your chemistry in a setting that encourages a more profound connection. In these moments, a Stoic approach is paramount. Remain grounded, calm, and acutely observant. Don't rush to conclusions, but recognize the valuable opportunity in front of you. The ability to discern when someone wants to connect more intimately while staying composed is a hallmark of Stoic wisdom. Sign 4. Her body language becomes decidedly flirtatious, the unspoken invitation. Flirtatious body language is one of the most subtle yet universally understood indicators of attraction. When a woman is interested in you on a deeper, more physical level, her body will communicate that powerful desire long before her words ever do. Stoicism encourages us to pay close attention to nonverbal cues precisely because they so often reveal what a person truly feels, transcending the limitations of spoken language. So, as a Stoic, what specific flirtatious signals should you be looking for? First, observe how she positions herself around you. If she consistently leans in closer when you talk, reducing the physical distance between you, or if she subtly mirrors your movements and gestures, it's a strong sign that she's comfortable, seeking connection, and breaking the personal space barrier in a way that creates intimacy. Leaning in is a non-verbal act of drawing closer, signaling desire without a single word. Stoicism teaches us to remain calm and composed, allowing us to notice these subtle shifts in her body language without becoming reactive, overly eager, or misinterpreting the signal. Another key signal is how she plays with her hair or touches her face and neck. These gestures, though seemingly innocent, are often subconscious expressions of nervous excitement and a desire to draw attention to herself. When a woman is physically attracted to someone, she often becomes more aware of her appearance, adjusting her hair, or fidgeting slightly in a playful, alluring manner. Then, there's the way she positions her legs or feet. If her legs are crossed and pointed directly towards you, it's a subconscious signal of intense interest. The body tends to face what it desires. Her feet will point towards her escape or towards her interest. And watch for that confident, inviting smile or a slight tilt of the head, often indicating that she's inviting more interaction and deeper connection. As a Stoic, it's crucial to remain composed and grounded. While recognizing these powerful cues, avoid rushing into action or making assumptions. Confidence, paired with patience, allows you to respond to her signals in a way that builds intrigue and mutual attraction rather than scaring her off. The key is to observe without attachment, to understand the reality of the situation, and to act only when the time is right, with deliberate intent. Sign 5. She frequently compliments your appearance, a personal focus. Compliments are a universal form of flattery, but when they focus specifically on your appearance, they hold a much deeper, more intimate meaning. If a woman is regularly complimenting your physique, your smile, your grooming, or even the way you carry yourself, it's often a clear indication that she's paying extra, personal attention to how you look, and crucially, how you make her feel. Unlike casual compliments about a new shirt or shoes, these are more frequent, more personal, and hint at her growing physical and emotional attraction. Stoicism teaches us to remain unaffected by excessive praise or criticism, to not let it sway our inner composure. However, that doesn't mean ignoring the intent behind the words. When a woman compliments your strength, your eyes, your grooming, or even says something like, "You always smell so good," it's her subtle yet potent way of saying she's attracted to you on a deeper, physical level. These compliments aren't just about surface-level beauty, they often signal admiration and a genuine curiosity about you. She's drawn to your confidence, your presence, and how you present yourself, suggesting a desire for closer proximity. You might notice that these compliments often come during more intimate moments, or when it's just the two of you, making them even more meaningful. For a Stoic individual, the practice is to recognize these compliments as potential signals of her desire, but to stay grounded. Don't let it inflate your ego or lead to arrogance. Instead, acknowledge it with calm confidence, perhaps with a genuine thank you, and let your natural demeanor do the rest. She's giving you clear keys to her attraction, and a Stoic approach ensures you handle them with wisdom and composure. Sign 6. She subtly mentions sexual topics or innuendos in conversation, testing the waters of intimacy. This is perhaps one of the clearest and most direct yet still subtle signs that a woman is interested in being intimate with you. When she starts to introduce sexual topics, suggestive humor, or playful innuendos into your conversations. This isn't something that happens by accident. It's often a calculated, subconscious move on her part. Women, by nature, are often more subtle than men when expressing their desires, and by introducing sexual subjects, she's testing the waters. She wants to gauge your reaction, to see if you're comfortable with the idea of that kind of dynamic, and if you can reciprocate that level of openness. This doesn't mean she'll explicitly talk about sex right away, or launch into explicit detail. Instead, she might drop subtle hints, make playful, suggestive remarks, or reference something provocative from a movie, a song, or a shared experience to see how you respond. From a Stoic perspective, it's paramount to remain composed, calm, and mindful of your reactions in these moments. Stoicism teaches us not to get carried away by our emotions or immediate desires, but to stay in control of ourselves, maintaining our inner equilibrium. When a woman subtly introduces sexual topics, a Stoic individual remains grounded. He doesn't jump into the conversation too eagerly or make inappropriate advances, nor does he shy away from it awkwardly. Instead, he listens carefully, observes her body language for further cues, and responds thoughtfully, matching her level of playfulness or intimacy without overdoing it. For example, she might mention a funny story with a clear, flirty undertone, or reference a suggestive scene from a show, looking at you for your reaction. These are clear signals of comfort and openness on her part, and she's actively looking for a reciprocal vibe from you. If you respond calmly, with confidence, and a subtle acknowledgement of her intent, it reinforces her interest, showing that you're mature, aware, and unshaken by such topics. The key here is discernment. Stoicism helps you recognize that her openness about sexual matters is a profound invitation for deeper, more intimate connection. It's a green light, but one that requires patience, careful navigation, and respectful engagement, all qualities that a Stoic man masters. By keeping your cool and engaging thoughtfully, you show her that you're not just interested in her body, but that you understand her signals on a deeper, more mindful level, which is incredibly attractive. Stoicism isn't about turning a blind eye to the signals people send. On the contrary, it's about sharpening our perception and, most importantly, mastering how we respond to them. The core of the philosophy teaches us that while we cannot control others or their behaviors, we can absolutely control how we react to them. When it comes to relationships and attraction, this mindset is utterly crucial. If you've noticed these 6 powerful signs in a woman, understand that she's likely sending you a clear signal, one that actively invites a deeper, more intimate connection. But here's where the Stoic difference truly comes in. A true Stoic doesn't rush in blindly, driven by impulsive desires, nor does he chase desperately for validation. Instead, he observes with patience, waits for the right moment with disciplined resolve, and when it's time to act, he does so with calm, collected confidence. Rushing things or allowing yourself to get swept up in overwhelming emotions can lead to missteps, misunderstandings, and ultimately, disappointment. But when you approach attraction through the Stoic lens, you make decisions with clarity and composure. You're not desperate for validation, and you don't need to chase because you trust the process, the reality of the situation, and your own inherent worth. She's already showing interest, so there's no need to force anything. Timing, as with all things, is crucial, and a Stoic understands this deeply. Now, if you found value in this breakdown of Stoicism and how it applies to recognizing attraction, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to continue sharpening your mind, improving your relationships, and mastering your emotions, then subscribe to the Think Positive channel. It's the best way to stay up to date with all our content on Stoicism and how it applies to everyday life, especially in the nuanced world of relationships. And don't forget to tap that notification bell so you never miss a video. There's so much more to explore when it comes to understanding human nature through the powerful lens of Stoicism. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video, where we'll continue to build a life of wisdom, purpose, and positive action.